to CyberTechHaus. I am glad you are joining us as we move into Module 6, Cryptography Part 4. In this module, we will build on the cryptography basics we covered earlier and explore some of the most critical ideas in cybersecurity. These concepts are the building blocks of security. They are essential to understanding how and why we protect data, networks, and systems. By the end of this module, we will have a solid grasp of these core ideas, giving you a strong foundation as we continue into more advanced topics. So let's dive in and continue mastering the fundamentals of cybersecurity. Welcome to Module 6, Cryptography, Part 3, Introduction to Encryption, Public Key Infrastructure, PKI. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are embarking on a journey into the fascinating world of public key infrastructure, or PKI. PKI is the system that builds trust and security in the digital world, allowing us to communicate and share information safely online. Public Key Infrastructure, PKI. Now, you might wonder, what exactly is PKI and why should I care? Well, imagine a world where you can't be sure who you are talking to online, or if your messages are being intercepted and read by someone else. That is where PKI comes in. PKI is like a system of digital ID cards and trusted authorities that helps us verify identities, protect our data, and ensure that our online interactions are secure. Let us explore the building blocks of PKI. There are 4 building blocks of PKI. Number 1, trust models. How do we establish trust in the digital world? Number 2, digital certificates. These are like digital passports that verify identities. Number 3, hash functions. These are like magic fingerprints for data, ensuring its integrity. Number 4, digital signatures. These are like electronic signatures that guarantee authenticity. You might be wondering, how is PKI used in the real world? Later on, we will see how PKI is used in real world applications like TLS SSL. This ensures your online banking and shopping. Blockchain. This is the technology behind cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. So, buckle up and get ready to explore the exciting world of PKI. By the end of this module, you will have a solid understanding of how it works and why it is so important for online security. Has anyone ever wondered how you can be secure and sure you are talking to your bank online and not the scammer? PKI helps us with that. Trust models. All right, cyber students. In the world of cryptography, trust is like the foundation of a house. Without it, everything can crumble. We need to be sure we are communicating with the right person and that no one is eavesdropping on our key exchange. Remember how we talked about the Diffie-Hellman key exchange? It's excellent for preventing eavesdropping, but it doesn't verify the identity of the person you're talking to. It's like receiving a secret message in a bottle. but you're not sure who threw it in the ocean. So, how do we build trust in the digital world, where we can't always meet people face to face? Well, there are several models that we can use. Number one, in-person key exchange. The simplest way is to meet people or to meet a person and exchange keys directly. But imagine trying to meet everyone you email or chat with online. That's not very practical, is it? Model number two, web of trust. This model is like a network of friends. You might trust your friend and your friend trusts their friend. So you indirectly trust that third person. It's a good idea, but it can be difficult to manage, especially with an extensive network. And then there's another model, public key infrastructure, PKI. This is today's most common trust model. It relies on trusted authorities like governments or companies to verify identities and issue digital certificates. Think of it like having a passport that proves who you are. Here is a pop quiz question for the viewers. Let's say you want to send a secret message to someone online. How would you ensure you send it to the right person and not an imposter? Can you use trusted IDs? Well, that's a good point. PKI tries to solve that challenge. It's like having a trusted ID card for the internet. In cryptography, every secure communication depends on trust. Imagine using asymmetric encryption with public and private keys. It would help if you were confident that the public key you receive belongs to the person you want to communicate with. Otherwise, you might be sending your secrets to the wrong person. Trust models help us establish that confidence. In-person key exchange is the most straightforward, but as we discussed, it's not practical for most digital interactions. The web of trust pioneered by Phil Zimmermann, the creator of PGP, is a cool idea. It relies on network of trusted relationships to verify public keys, like how you connect with people on LinkedIn. Users can sign each other's keys to confirm identities indirectly. However, this decentralized approach can be challenging to manage and hasn't gained widespread use. That is where PKI comes in. It solves these challenges by introducing centralized authorities, trusted providers that verify identities and issue digital certificates. We will explore PKI in detail next. PKI and digital certificates. All right, cyber students. Now that we understand the importance of trust in cryptography, let's discuss how to build that trust in the digital world. That is where public key infrastructure or PKI comes in. PKI uses digital certificates to establish trust. They are like digital ID cards that verify a person or organization's identity, just like your driver's license proves who you are. Imagine you need a driver's license. You go to the Department of Motor Vehicle or DMV. You show them your birth certificate and other documents to prove your identity. And they issue you a license with your photo and information. This license is your proof of identity when driving or doing other activities requiring identification. Digital certificates work in a similar manner. A trusted authority, certificate authorities or CA, verifies your identity and issues you a certificate with your public key and information. This certificate is like your digital driver's license. It proves that the public key belongs to you. Anyone who trusts the certificate authority, the CA, can trust your certificate and use your public key to communicate with you securely. In the world of PKI, certificate authorities or CAs are like the DMV for digital identities. They are the trusted entities that verify identities and issue digital certificates. I'll give you another example. If you want to secure your website, the certificate authority will confirm that you own the domain name. Then they will issue you a digital certificate with your public key and identity information. Then the users who visit your website and see this certificate can trust that they are communicating with you and not an imposter. It's like showing your driver's license to prove you are who you say you are. And here's an important point. The digital certificates aren't meant to be kept secret. They are designed to be shared openly, just like you show your driver's license to others when needed. The only thing that must remain secret is your private key, which is like the secret PIN number for your digital ID card. Here is a pop quiz question for you viewers. Why do you think it is important to keep your private key secret while the certificate can be shared openly? Exactly. If you think the private key unlocks the encryption, and therefore it must be kept safe, the certificate, however, is like a public announcement of your identity and key, allowing others to trust and communicate with you securely, then you are absolutely correct. Hash functions. All right, cyber students, let's discuss hash functions. These are like magic fingerprints for digital data. Imagine a document with important information, like the one on the slide. How can I ensure no one tampers with it, even if they change just one tiny letter or number? That is where hash functions come in. They take any input, no matter how big or small, like this document in front of us, and create a unique fixed length code called a hash. Think of it like a special machine that scans the entire document and generates a unique fingerprint for it, as seen on the screen in the image. This hash acts like a magic fingerprint. Any change to the input, even a tiny one, will completely change the hash if you change even one letter in the document. The entire fingerprint changes. Hash functions are super crucial for PKI because they help us ensure data integrity. They are like security guards who ensure no one messes with our essential information. A hash function is a one-way street. Once you create a hash from some data, you can't go back and figure out the original data from the hash. It's like baking a cake. Once you have mixed all the ingredients and baked it, you can't unbake it and separate the ingredients again. Let's say I take a piece of information and hash its contents. The hash will be completely different even if I change just one tiny comma in the information. This helps us detect even the most minor changes, ensuring no one tampers with our data. Share SHA-256 Secure Hash Algorithm 256 is a widely used hashing algorithm that is part of the SHA-2 family and is considered secure for most applications. SHA-3 Secure Hash Algorithm 3 is a newer hashing algorithm designed to be more secure and efficient than SHA-2. MD5 Message Digest Algorithm 5 is an older cryptographic hashing algorithm that is no longer considered secure for most applications. Now, dear students, I am going to give you a pop quiz question. Why do you think it is important that hash functions are one-way and collision resistant? For your response, you ought to consider that if someone could reverse the hash function or find two different inputs that create the same hash, they could tamper with data without us knowing. That is why these properties are crucial for security. So remember, hash functions are like magic fingerprints for data, helping us ensure its integrity and protect it from tampering. They are an essential tool in the world of PKI and cryptography. Coming up next is Module 7, Cryptography Part 5. In this module, we will continue building on the basics we covered and dive into some more cryptography. We will continue to look at asymmetric cryptography, specifically this time digital signatures. Thank you for watching and see you in Module 7.